And let me ask you this here, Lil John. Why were y'all so hard on us, man? We was young. We were the youngsters coming in, man. And y'all was hard on us, but y'all showed us love. And y'all taught us, but y'all was hard on us, man. And why were y'all so hard on us?
If you look at the picture, we were hard on ourselves. I got up at 6 a.m. and went to the library in the morning.
Yeah.
I did my whole day-to-day function from the library. I go to the gym. I go eat. Everything was brought in. My function, go to the visiting room, go to the in the administration building when I was treasurer for the JCs and other organizations and stuff like that. My day was never over, but I was young and vibrant, promiscuous. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit.
But I had a zest for life. This was just a small world for us, you know? And we was there for a season, a long season, albeit, man. But we persevered, man. You
Now,
know?
it's one issue that I want to address here. And we spoke about this on the phone. And that was in the early stages of the new concept. Inside of some of the literature, y'all was placing BG Black Gangster Disciple Nation. But as years went on, y'all came back and revised those, took those words out, and y'all will put in like organizational structure. Why was this done?
Again, it was an update, man. There are several reasons for that. Number one, we wasn't all black then, no
Right.
more. Number two, we didn't want to let the world know what we was, man. You know, and we actually weren't. We was a thriving, community structured organization. I like to think of it as a corporation, man, with different divisions, financial divisions, educational department,
Now, you
public
became
relations. So we took out the BGDN, man, and went more professional organization. That's why Chief ain't is chairman. You know, we wanted to go beyond boundaries without measure, man. We can't do that, man, as we gang banging, man.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so now the change is coming. And so by this change is coming, now we seeing the change. Y'all making us do things. Y'all like y'all do this here, getting us prepared. We didn't want to. I didn't want to go to school. Y'all made us go to school. Y'all made us
Man.
come to that library. We used to go to this library and
Straight
sit
up.
and watch the Attica prison ride documentaries and have our awareness sessions and all these things. Y'all was doing this for us, man, and y'all guided us into where we are today. If you look at it,
Where
me
would you
and
be
D
without
Mac.
that, Fee?
Oh, that's how I just finna say, bro. Look at me and D Mac are the products of that. All that
Yeah.
work that y'all was putting in with us, making us do this, having us calling us, doing this. And I always tell you this here. D Mac, we was in Pontiac at the time, me, you, and Lil John. And we was sitting around, we was up in the library, the nerve, the heartbeat of the joint. And Lil John told me this here. I don't know what if it was motivation or he meant it. He said, Fee, you ain't gonna never be good at criminal law. You always gonna do civil. You'll never be good at criminal law. And that
I
was like
remember the look on
motivation.
your face when I told you that.
Man, that was like motivation to me. Like, what?
You think I didn't know it?
Man, that, and then I went to work.
Right.
I went to work. And now, right now, today, that's how I'm known, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Doing law, both criminal and civil,
Man,
man.
so,
And
yeah.
that comes from you, bro. That comes from you. Blayden, you want to step in?
Yes, I have a question. All right. By you being a part of the organization from the beginning inception as an outlaw disciple, the unification between Mr. Boxdale and Mr. Hoover, the new concept coming into existence, what would you say is missing from us as a collective now from your experience that would be essential for us being able to fulfill the vision as we should?
It's a matter of misinformation, man. It's a matter of stool pigeons, plain and simple, man. It's a matter of uh big me, little you. It's a matter of selfishness. It's a matter of not good communication. You know what, man? Say, I don't know y'all guys blaming or none of that there, but when you hang out, man, and you with the young guys or such and such, it's a lot of profanity used. It's a lot of showboating. It's a lot of, things going on that shouldn't be, man. Yeah, we used to jeff around, man. But it was certain matters that we didn't encroach upon, man, as men, as comrades, because we had the basement for that with the boxing gloves or the fists,
Yes.
We didn't tolerate disrespect and just being a evil person, man. We respected every man, not just GDs. We respected GDs, BDs, CDs, 80s, black gang, whatever they was, man.
Right.
They was all in the same gang, man, because Larry was the chief of all of them, and I dare you not to say that. When the pack came in, we made sure every organization leader got they chop. You got to take care of his guys, man. See, when everybody is eating, man, and has business, man, we don't have time for the little stuff.
So, how do you feel like the majority of the originals are retired? You are in retirement. Other originals are into retirement. A lot of you all have died off. How do you feel about the youth today that's moving in the direction that it has taken over the future?
Man, I have met some phenomenal young men, man, in this organization, man. Man, they got their 501c3s, man. They doing this, they doing that. You know what I'm saying? They got streams of income. These young guys getting it, man. Like we used to get it when we was young. They don't have no fear, man. And they wise, street wise, but they getting more now where they're more headed toward legitimacy. Like it's a young guy here I mess with, man. He buying properties, man. Hey, you know what, man? I was facilitating group the other day, man. And I do it all the time, man. But I am honored to have young men, you know what I'm saying? They see my lifestyle, man. They see my ups and downs. But every one of them say, man, we respect you. How uncommon is that, man? In this day and age, man, for these young thugs, and they don't even respect their mammy. I seen them cuss their mama out like a dog. And man, I could just they come up to me, they call me, they text me, they go wherever I'm at, and that's the church,
Yeah.
And they say, hey man, tell me something, man. What's up? And I give it to them, man, in a raw a perception and a conception of who they are and how they can be better. Like one of the guys, man, I like this young thug. He from Cincinnati, got the hustle, got the super duper hustle coming. He said, man, tell me something. I said, you can't drink. You're an alcoholic. You're a whole different person when you drink. This guy he one of those young guys that don't talk much. So when he talk, everybody listen. He a leader. He like my head say a commander.
Yes.
But he got that way by listening, observing. When you don't talk a lot, when you speak, everybody listen.
Yes,
Right.
they do.
But wherever I'm at, man, I try to leave it better than it was when I got there. So it's the
Mm-hmm.
same thing with men everywhere. Women too, man. You know, you can
Yeah.
go as far as you can progress far as you want to, man, if you want to, man. If you have a real desire in your heart to do that, man. This is just the beginning for us, man. We going universal, man.
Yeah.
You know? So what is it that you call success? You know what I told them? They got mad at me.
What's
You
that?
know? I mean, you can work a job, get a house, a car, wife, you know what I'm saying? That don't make you no gangster. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A gangster is a person that uses his mind, his heart, and his soul. And everybody has, but they successful, they happy, and you know what? That's what I should be doing. You understand what I'm saying?
That's
But
right.
it's different measures of success for each person.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. So like we in 2023 now. And where you guys sat in 81, we have a new set of guys in 2023. What advice can you give them? Okay, what I'm talking about is those who are sitting at the seat that you were sitting in when you was active. What advice can you give them? See, the same seats that you, Fatty, all y'all sat in, there's others sitting in them seats now. What advice can you give them?
Don't get the big head, man. Use your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Rule with your heart and your soul, man. Don't be selfish, man. You know, I mean, I think that at the time when we were there, everybody had access. They might have had limited access. They might have had to go through that, but you had access. I can't count the times, man. You, D Mac, Coffee Bell, Blue, anybody, man. All my, our crew.
Yes.
They say you say you'll tell them, hey man, I'm gonna take you to Lil John, and you bring them. You say, hold, stay right there, and you say,
Yeah.
man, do such and such and such and such. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's not happening anymore, man.
No, it's not. It's not. And man, me and Fee and JP talk about this all the time. And I was talking to JP the other day, and he was telling me he made me revert back to some stuff. When we was talking about the organization and everything. It was only a few people that took heed to what we was trying to do or what was being taught to us. And it was one thing about when it says put down the down of Goins books and all that type of stuff. He reminded me that when we was in Pontiac, y'all made it a thing where it's um that you had to read a book about something. You had to read a book, and learn and tell us what the book is was, and it had to be educational type of book. Them type of things there brought us, let us know how to deal with life and not just look at the stuff that the pimps and hoes and all that type of stuff. And it was a stepping stone for us. A few of us paid attention, but a few of us didn't pay attention. You know what I'm saying? And you can see that now. You can see that now. The
Yeah, it
people
was
that
those who wanted it and those who didn't.
Yes, exactly. It definitely was that. But y'all definitely taught us, man. Is and like you was saying earlier, we was talking and was like everybody don't have the privilege to talk to a Lil John. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't. It's a lot of people that don't talk to you or whatever. And I'm just glad that I have that. JP, J Dilla, JD, Fifi, all of us have that opportunity to talk to you because not only did you tell us about the organization, but you go deeper than that. You could tell us about religion, business, legal, all that. So we learn a lot from you, man. And I just wish, me personally, some piggybacking what Fee was talking about, the next generation or this generation now need to be the leaders and the mentors to the younger people like y'all was. And we need to get that, man. So it needs some teaching. It needs to be that. And I think that you being on a podcast and a lot or whatever, and teach these young guys how to be a leader and how to be a mentor to the younger generation, because we don't have that now, man. It's like, hey, man, it's like I just got a title, but I'm not utilizing that title, you know. And back then, I know when I was coming up, y'all utilized that title. If you was a legal man, if you was a legal person, anybody that was under you dealt with legal. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no I can't do it or nothing like that. And I can remember when we used to be in the library, you made us. You made us like, man, you got to learn how to type. You got to learn how to research. You got to learn how to put these things together and all that. You got to know how to word stuff and all that type of stuff. Right now, it don't. It's nothing that going on. It's none of that going on.
No, they don't want to broaden their views. They don't want to broaden their horizons, man. People are really kind of stuck where they are. So sometimes you have to leave them where you are. And the leaders and the potential, they too busy, man. They too busy, man. They don't have a they don't have a crew. They got an entourage. And that's sad,
Right.
man, you know? That's
Yeah.
sad. But
It
and
is.
I
It is.
understand. In this day and age, man, it's very hard to let people in, man. Because they're gonna disappoint you every time, man.
Hmm.
So it's sort of a conundrum, man. The very people you let in hurt you. Misery
Yeah.
love company, man. And you know what, man? We had hate, we had haters, man. We had extreme haters, but it's nothing to the degree that's in this world today, man. That's one of
Hmm.
the common languages is that they use, man. Hater, 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 hater. Come on, man. Do something else with your life.
Hmm.
So if it's
So what
anything,
needs to be
man,
done?
that
What needs to be done?
re-educate a renewal of our minds, man. We got to
Okay.
change our way of thinking, man. We can't be regular. It's too expensive for us. We've been through too much. We not regular, man. We're treated differently in this country, in this world.
Hmm. Right.
Especially us with a history of incarceration, mental illness.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
they label us sociopaths, all that kind of stuff.
Hmm. That's
But
true.
we came up under trauma, man, severe trauma.
Hmm.
But it was our normal because what? We used moderation in all things, man. Man, just cause we worked, man, we played sports, we wrote
Yeah.
letters, we
Hmm.
had decent conversations, man. We just have impromptu conversations, man.
Hmm.
Y'all be sitting at the table in the library. I come and sit down, man. What's going on? Let me
Right.
show you something that I found.
Hmm.
And then we go to the other thing, man. You see that hot officer there? Woo! You
Right.
know what I'm saying? We lived a
Right.
life, man.
Hmm.
But we didn't ram everything. We didn't drink every day.
Mm-mm.
You
We
know what
didn't
I
do
think
that.
too? You know what I think too? It's this here. The way the structure was set up, each person had a overseen a department. y'all all had responsibilities, man, and everybody had a department that they was responsible for, so that when
Hey,
y'all
what was
went
my department?
legal,
Yeah, you was legal,
you was
teaching,
legal.
all that.
Yes, you was,
Dealing
but
with the young cats, you
yes,
know, that was your department too. You know
I
what I'm
yes.
think I
When
saying?
was
it
more
came to
public relations, man.
yes,
You
but we
definitely was
know this
that.
here though. We know that you and Gov, when it came to legal, man, that was you. When it came to going to speak and getting things done, that was you.
Yeah,
And all
sure
that
was.
centered around education.
Mhm.
Everybody that was around you, bruh, you had us, you was educating us and made sure that we was educated. You never tried to change us, but you always tried to put something else in us.
And
Do
then
you?
you made us do it. It wasn't like you was giving us that. You was like, hey, go do this. You got to figure it out or write it up or whatever. But this is your job. And it was like, man,
Sometimes I
you
remember I sent you. You went back and forth with me for 4 days with the paper. I said, no, that ain't right.
right, exactly.
Boy, you was mad.
Uh, you know what I'm saying?
If you could whoop me, I think you might.
Man. Right.
Hey, I remember this
That's what it was
specifically, man.
though. That's
The
what it
man
was
came to the
though, man.
library once. I said, no, 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 this ain't it. I said, man, you got a beginning here. I
Right.
said, man, but figure it out. He said, okay, okay, okay. Because he knew it
Right.
wasn't right when he brought me. The second time, he still knew it wasn't
Yeah.
right. I said, no, no, this ain't it. I asked you to do
Right.
this. Look in this and
Yeah.
such and such. I said, you got a
Yeah.
thesaurus, you know?
Right.
And
Yeah.
then
The
the
sorry.
third time, he really thought he had it right, right? I said, man, what you missing, man, is this, this, and this. But that fourth time
Yeah.
he brought it to you, I said, this is what we
Yeah.
looking for.
Right. Right.
I was listening to everything that everybody said. And one thing was mentioned was a re-education of the minds, right? In order for us to get the family where it should be. How can there be a re-education of the mind if there's no value being placed on education in general outside of being obedient to somebody that's in a position of authority? That's not education. That's slavery. That's exploitation. Now, as an example, in the black and white, as you mentioned, D-Mac, earlier about the Donald Goins books, right?
Mhm.
Okay, in this day and time, folks don't read like that. So they don't relate to a Donald Goins book. So in communication with this generation coming up now, it wouldn't be Donald Goins. It would be whatever the level of naive entertainment is, whether it
Yeah.
be sports,
The
music,
inner.
movies, whatever the case may be. You see what I'm saying?
Urban novels.
Yeah.
They do the urban
Yeah.
novels, but now they watching them.
Yeah. That's
Exactly.
the internet
So
now. Yeah.
it's a whole different generation that needs to be educated for this day and time based off black and white that was written 40 years ago. So there has to be a transition all over again. We didn't complete the first transition. Now we got to
Yeah.
make a whole nother transition.
I,
So
I believe I actually believe that it has to go through the leaders because I know when we was coming up, especially when we was going through our situations, education with the people that was coming in, education wasn't something that we wanted to do, but the leaders and everybody was like, you have to do this. This a part of us. So when they make it like mandatory for the guys to do this now, because that's one of our goals. Education is number one. So when we was coming in, we was going to jail. We didn't want to go to school or nothing like that, but it was made for us to go to school. If you knew how to comprehend and whatever, it was made for you to go to school. And I always tell the story about when I came in. I had a high school diploma, but I didn't want to be in school. I didn't want to go to college. I wanted to be a security man or whatever. But the guy seen to me was like, "Man, you going to school, man? That you go enroll in college and all that type of stuff." And I was like, "Man, I don't want to do that." And it was like, "Man, you are going to do that." So then when they come with the legal thing in the college, the paralegal course, They made me do it. I didn't want to take it. Man, you got to get in there. You in college, you got to get in there. It's
So
mandatory to get in there.
so
So,
why was it like that, Lil John? Why did y'all make it
Hey,
like that?
Blaze, it's like this, man. Okay, and I was trying to break it down then. Like when you get with the guys or you get with your friends or whatever, man. What y'all talk about? Football, uh,
hmm
what such and such a did, what's where y'all going to club and that, such and such. And I'm not talking about you per se. Don't get,
No,
I'm
I
just
get you.
saying these are general conversations. But when we were growing up, I like to discuss ideas, man. I
Great
like to
minds.
discuss, I remember what's that magazine where the rich people magazine where they have
Entrepreneur.
planes in it and not
The
it's
Rob
another one.
Report.
But anyway,
Rob Report.
yeah. Uh and I was like, man, you can get a Learjet for $100,000.
Right.
You remember I told y'all that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I mean, it's about cars and boats and planes, man. It's not about cars and boats and planes. It's about boats and planes, man. It's about
hmm
breaking a whole new level, man. And some of these guys are doing some amazing things, man. But for a general conversation, it has to be about uplifting yourself, about learning. Did you read this? What book? It was every time we come together, I said, man, what book you read?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Definitely, you
Yep.
definitely did that.
Yes, sir.
Now TP, we dealing with a generation that doesn't read. Then this is, and I'm not black eyeing nobody or talking about anybody individually or whatever the case may be. I'm just speaking the era and time. Like as an example, if you pull up on the average cat that's part of our family and go to discussing the black and white, they can't hold the conversation about it because they don't read it. Okay, the average person that's out there getting money, doing whatever they doing, owning the business, whatever the case may be, they don't know how to tie that back in to the family. The average person doing community outreach, social development, however you want to word that, doesn't know how to tie it back in to the collective. It's just the individual thing that's being done. And if you with me while you doing it, then cool. If you not, it is what it is. There is no center of gravity. There's no foundation. Now, what you finna go into my question. When the new concept was being created, or however you want to word that, when the 6 points, our foundation, the principles of growth and development were being defined, what was the conversation of mindset in that moment as the definition of love being the one creative force, life being the one creative force in action, loyalty being defined as service and cooperation to the organized scheme of things? As those words were being defined, what was the state of the organization and the leadership's mind in that moment?
The creed, the creed.
Mm.
We took that creed seriously, man. You don't know that creed, man, in 3 days, man. There's some horrible stuff gonna happen to you unless you were mentally deficient. And we had to
Yes.
recognize that, man. But I seen some of the what they call the losers, the mentally deficient, mental illness. I seen guys that was slow stuttering, slow dysfunction, man. They are able to learn, man, because they want to.
hmm
That go
And
back
but
to the
we don't
initial.
have that no more, man. It used to be, man. Man, I just walk on the flag. Everybody be kicking and such and such. I say recite the creed.
I told y'all.
hmm
I told you. I
Right.
told them that. Recite it. If you don't know it, you're gonna get
Straight
fined.
up. Yep.
You're gonna get fined, you're
Going
gonna
in the
get worked
stand.
out, you're gonna get something gonna happen to you. They're gonna take your TV and your radio and put you in a
Right.
cell where you can't come out until you learn it. I told people this here, man.
Yeah.
Now you
And
hearing it
see,
from the horse's mouth.
even in that, man, there were some people that took advantage of that. You miss a 2, 3 words, man. They used to, man. I say what? You know, I mean, come on, man. We're here to help, not hurt, man. That's the difference, Blank. People, I just seen people in leadership, they want to hurt instead of help, man. We put on this earth to serve and to grow and to develop, man, to be better men, better as an organization, better as a community, man.
Like, share this video, comment and subscribe to the PLM News Network channel. Our sole responsibilities and purposes are to educate and stand on truth and facts. PLM News Network thanks each of you for your unwavering loyalty and support. Our struggle continues.